Hello everybody, today I'm going to present you my final oral presentation for my English 103 class. Since civilizations appeared a few million years ago, the concept of money has slowly and gradually evaluated. At the beginning it was some kind of trading where the buyer and the seller, they were, instead of exchanging money and a good, they were exchanging goods. That means that at the end there was no real value to something. Slowly by the growth of the civilizations, the concept of money appeared, where ultimately somebody called Adam Smith invented the concept of capitalism, the system that we mostly use today. This concept of capitalism is based on the concept of materialism, which is a tendency to consider material possessions and physical comfort as more important than spiritual values. And with this concept, I'm gonna explain a question today that I chose, which is, first I chose two fictional characters that I will relate by the present concept. So my question is, how are these two characters related by the present concept? My two characters being Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants, the kid series, and Mr. Shylock from The Merchant of Venice. And my thesis being, how are these two characters related by their immoral ways to get money and their selfish behavior towards people. That means that my thesis tells to you, the listener, that these are related by these two statements. First, we're going to talk about their ways to get money. So, first, we're going to talk about Mr. Shylock, which uses interest as a way to get his money. Mr. Shylock is a rich Jewish merchant, which means that he has a lot of money, and at this time the Jews had a lot of money too. So to make this money, he was lending some money to people that were in need, and he was telling them that they needed to give him back the money with some interest. That means the interest being a percentage. That means if he gives them $200, they're gonna give him, if the interest rate is 1%, they're gonna give him $202, because that's how he applies the interest rates, which is we can consider this as a inhuman mentality to make money, because instead of like everybody else working for his money and everything, you take advantage of people that are in need of money to make your own money, which is inhuman in my mentality. Then we're gonna talk about Mr. Krabs, which has sometimes some inhuman ways to make money. He treats his employees like slaves in his restaurant, and these are just the minor ways that he used to get money. But he can go as far as he wants. Like at one time in one episode, Mr. Krabs sold SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents because he was in need of that 62 cents. So he told the pirate, the dead pirate, he told him, give me 62 cents and I'm gonna exchange you SpongeBob's souls. Which is, it doesn't make sense, because SpongeBob has a soul of his own. He is responsible of his own soul. So the fact that Mr. Krabs treats SpongeBob as his slave, he considers SpongeBob's soul as a property of his own, and he sells it as for a modest price, if I can say it like that. And their selfishness. Mr. Shylock in the Merchant of Venice, he when he lended the money to Mr. Antonio, he was and Mr. Antonio wasn't able to give him back his money. He talked to Mr. Shylock, but Mr. Shylock was using the contract that he signed with Mr. Antonio as a way to get his money as fast as possible. And he told him that, well, you can give me my money. So give me the pound of flesh, like we agreed on. He didn't. His own selfishness didn't give him enough mercy to save Bassanio's soul, because not Bassanio, Antonio's soul, because Antonio, if he gives his pound of flesh, he's gonna die, obviously. So he didn't have enough mercy on Antonio to save his soul, which is a big selfish act. Mr. Krabs, in his own case, was very selfish with his money. He wasn't giving money to his parents being the people that helped him growing up, and he wasn't even his recipe for the burger in his restaurant. He was keeping it secret because he was a selfish. He didn't want people to make money or to take advantage of that, because he saw lending money or lending something of his own as people taking advantage of him because of his selfishness. So to conclude, both of them are related by the mentality of, like it is illustrated there, the I want mentality, because they want something and they're gonna have it, and they're gonna use all the possible ways to have it. And it can be money, the money that if they want to make money, and it can be if I want my money back. It applies for both the cases. So at the end, my thesis, which was that these two were related by the concept of materialism, at the end we can represent the concept of materialism as the I want, and they both related to this concept because, as I said, they're gonna make money and they're gonna use all the ways possible, and they're gonna get back their money or protect their money and they're gonna use for that all the ways possible. And this is it. Yeah, thank you for listening to me.